Hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to The Quick Take and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Before I continue, I would like to quickly remind you I am running a giveaway with ownasaber.com where at 15,000 subscribers you could be in with a chance at winning the King of London lightsaber, the perfect saber for every Chelsea fan. 3 participants will be chosen and all you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and check the pinned comment down below for more information. And with that, on with the video. It's a new day, I'm feeling a lot better. Chelsea haven't lost today, so that's certainly helping. And we have some news regarding the striker situation. Chelsea are considering a January move for Ivan Toney. They are also admirers of Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, that is from Nazar Kinsella, reported by the Chelsea Dodgers. This is going to be an interesting one. Ivan Toney is a name that has been linked to Chelsea for a while now. For those of you who don't know, he is a prolific striker and gambler for Brentford FC, who in the previous seasons, let's have a look here, in the Championship, in 45 appearances, he scored 31 goals, 10 assists. That was in the 2021 season. In the 21-22 season, in the Premier League, in 33 appearances, he scored 12 and assisted 5. And then last season, even though he missed, I think, 5 games due to his ban, in 33 games he scored 20 goals and got 4 assists. Not too bad for a striker. And, of course, he would be Premier League proven, so he would be someone that someone like Mauricio Pochettino would look at and think, that's my striker. The only problem is, Brentford are, there's some numbers up in the air. Some people are saying 60 million, where others are saying Brentford are going to hold out for 80 million. And in today's market, where it's very much a seller's market, I can see them holding out for 80 million pounds. But Chelsea aren't alone in their pursuit for Ivan Toney, as Arsenal are also in the market for a striker, which does cause some discomfort and trouble for Chelsea, as Arsenal are at the moment in a much better position than we are to convince players that they'd be walking into a side that is going to challenge for the league, whereas Chelsea players are walking into a side that will challenge for the league in 4 years' time. Arsenal do have an edge over Chelsea, in my opinion. I think Ivan Toney in a podcast, not too sure which one it is, I'll put a link to it in the description down below when I find it. But he did say in an interview,
like, you should look at Arsenal and think, crazy, they're going to win this game. And these games, I don't see them winning nothing anytime soon.
Yeah, I feel you. That's mad interesting.
Until they get a striker.
Oh, what? Till they get a striker? So what?
I'll play it.
What are you trying to say, Ivan? Okay, we'll talk about it off camera.
This is in 2021, so for a while now he's been watching Arsenal, and he seems to rate himself to the ability that if he were to go into the Arsenal side, he could fix a lot of their problems with the goal-scoring department. Not that they really have it compared to Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea are prolifically, I'm going to say it now, god-awful in front of goal, where Arsenal are a little bit better. They have Saka, they have Martinelli, they have Odegaard, they have goal threats going forward. And I think Ivan Toney could be the final piece to that Arsenal puzzle if he was to go there. So, I mean, you'd have a striker who has his kind of heart set on other places. I mean, he's admitted as well. I think he was in the same podcast that he was, and still is, a massive Liverpool fan. You know, he was one growing up. He had a soft spot for them. He watched Arsenal also growing up, but Liverpool is, you know, is his club at heart. It's just as the same as it was for Moises Caicedo, and just as the same as it is for Victor Osimhen, because Victor Osimhen, as some of you may not know, he grew up a Chelsea fan and probably still is a Chelsea fan. You know, when he went to Stamford Bridge the first time, I think we were playing, was it Lille? I can't remember. We were playing them in the Champions League, and when he got to Stamford Bridge, he was FaceTiming all his friends. I'm finally here. He was like every Chelsea fan who goes to Stamford Bridge for the first time. They couldn't believe it. And that was his reaction as well. So the only thing is that the price for Victor Osimhen is going to far outweigh the price for Ivan Toney. Yes, Ivan Toney won't come cheap, but Victor Osimhen will demand a fee over 100 million, which we know we can do. We've done them before now. I think twice. 3 times maybe, I don't know. I've lost count of how many £100 million strikers or how many £100 million signings we've made. However, that is the one drawback, the price. I don't know how happy he is at Napoli at the moment. Their admin mocked him on TikTok, I think, with a really weird video of like him asking for a penalty with like Alvin and the Chipmunk voices. It was very weird. Listen, if you keep up with football, and especially Italian football, then you would understand why a striker like Victor Osimhen may have some issues with the Italians. But that is not the only news today, as today there was a press conference held, of course, by Mauricio Pochettino, where there were some things revealed ahead of our clash against Brighton in the Carabao Cup, including Benoit Badiashile and Carney Chukwuemeka have returned to partial team training, which is great news, of course. I think we've missed both of them quite a lot. Missing Carney Chukwuemeka, who could play as number 10, it kind of forced us to go for Cole Palmer. And Benoit Badiashile is one of our better centre-backs. Of course, when he was still at AS Monaco, he was partnered with Disasi in a back two partnership, I'm pretty sure. Or was it a back three? I can't remember. It was so long ago. But they've obviously played together and they know each other's rhythms and passing patterns and such. So it would be good to partner them up again. Or even, if worst comes to worst, play Benoit Badiashile on the right-hand side, Levi Colwill on the left-hand side, and then, I don't know, maybe play a left back at left back. Just putting it out there. We are missing a right back, of course. Malo Gusto was sent off, so he's going to miss the next 3 games. That is, I think, Brighton, Burnley, and Fulham. Maybe not in that order, but we are missing him for those games, and so we could see Ian Maatsen potentially play at right back, or even Axel Disasi filling in as right back until Reece James comes back or Malo Gusto comes back. He won't be the only player who will be missing, or at least missing parts of the match. Armando Broja, according to Pochettino, cannot start. He will get maybe a 20, 25 minute, maybe 35 minute cameo, which means, of course, Broja will not be the name on the starting 11. It'll either be Nicholas Jackson or David Washington, in my opinion. And you know what? Just start David Washington. Give him a go. Nicholas Jackson has had chance after chance after chance after chance. This is a game we cannot lose. If we were to get knocked out of a cup tie this early on into the season, that would cause quite a lot of unrest amongst the fans, and Pochettino would really be under pressure at that point. Listen, David Washington, he was brought in for a purpose. I think he was supposed to be loaned out, but again, Chelsea failing to sign a world-class striker or even a half-decent striker to compete against Nicholas Jackson. He was forced to stay, and we may as well use him. Let's see what the kid has, okay? Let's just see what he's got. I'm down for starting him against Brighton. But that leads us on to the final news story of the day. This concerning Declan Rice. Strangely enough, I know Declan Rice is at Arsenal now, so it doesn't matter. But according to Matt Law, Chelsea backed away from signing Declan Rice during the summer due to what they considered an English premium on his price tag. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, they don't want to overspend on players, but then again, they spent £115 million on Moises Caicedo, a player who had 1 season in the Premier League, who was quite good. But Declan Rice, I think, has had, is it 4 seasons now at the Premier League? And he's been a captain in that time. Moises Caicedo, as far as I'm concerned, wasn't a captain at Brighton. I don't know. That one just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I can understand if they thought, well, hang on, he's a £70 million player who's had £30 million added onto his price tag because he's English. But then again, is Moises Caicedo a £115 million player? Jude Bellingham went for less. Declan Rice went for less. Many brilliant players went for far less than £115 million, but yet they were happy to spend that. I don't know. I think this club is all over the place at the moment, and losing someone like Vivell and just that, like, I think Makelele left. He was filling some role in the backroom staff. I'm not too sure exactly what it was, so I'm not going to speculate, but he left the club along with Bruno Saltor. Apparently he left 4 months ago quite quietly, which makes sense. He was part of Graham Potter's coaching staff, so I'm not too sure how he would have gelled with the Pochettino coaching staff, but stuff's going on behind the scenes that really worries me. I'm quite worried right now. I'm going to wrap it up there. Going to go over the stories once more. Ivan Toney. Chelsea are interested in Ivan Toney. We will have to compete against Arsenal. I'm not too sure if Liverpool, as I said, Ivan Toney is a Liverpool fan. I'm not too sure if they'll be in the market for a striker. They do have Darwin Núñez, but he could get injured. And I think Cody Gakpo plays at striker sometimes for them. But as far as I'm aware, he was a winger beforehand, so I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know if it's like a Rafael Leao playing number 9 kind of situation here. But Benoit Badiashile and Carney Chukwuemeka coming back into partial training, which is good news. And Armando Broja is not ready to start, so we could see David Washington hopefully start against Brighton tomorrow. Would be nice to see the kid. I think it'd be nice to give him a chance. I think he's a good kid. So why not, eh? Why not? I say that, I'm probably younger than him. Oh my god, I'm older than him. I'll hopefully have a pre-game out before the game kicks off tomorrow. So by that point, there should be some more information or potentially some team leaks I will be able to get to you before the game starts. So you're fully prepared and you fully know what we're walking into. But that about wraps it up. I've been the Quick Take, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.